Yes, in previous class we discussed about introduction of the op-amp. Okay, so what is a inverting op-amp, non-inverting op-amp? How we can find out the bandwidth, input impedance, output impedance? How we can make the input current zero? How we can find out the output voltage? Okay, so next we'll start with the your syllabus here. So in syllabus, in fourth model, what are the contents here? Inverting and non-inverting amplifiers. Remember this one here. They can ask any kind of amplifier for the closed loop voltage gain here. Okay, for the closed loop voltage gain, input impedance, output impedance, bandwidth with feedback. Okay, there are two amplifiers. Which are those here? Inverting and non-inverting. Okay, so based on these two amplifiers, they can ask any kind of questions on the closed loop voltage gain, input impedance, output impedance, and bandwidth with feedback here. Understood? So these are the 6 marks questions here. Okay. So what we will discuss now here for the closed loop voltage gain, input impedance, output impedance, bandwidth with feedback. That is for the 6 marks here. Remember this one. Okay. For the application, they will ask for the 8 marks here. Okay. For the DC and AC amplifier, you get a problem here. That is also very important. They will ask for the 8 marks here. See here in model number 4, there are two amplifiers. Remember this one. So first one is inverting amplifier, second one is non-inverting amplifier. Okay, in an exam they can ask any kind of amplifier. Okay, either inverting or non-inverting. Remember this. First, we'll start with the inverting amplifier. Okay, this is the basic here. First, you take inverting amplifier with closed loop gain. Means you have to find out the gain. Okay, you have to find out the gain. Which gain here? That is closed loop gain. Okay, you have to find out the closed loop gain. Okay, for the inverting amplifier. Understood? First, you take circuit diagram here. Okay, you take op-amp symbol here. Okay, this one is op-amp symbol. There are two inputs for the op-amp. One is negative and one more is positive. Okay, positive for the V2 terminal and negative for the V1 terminal, and terminal 3 for the output. Okay, so here they have taken feedback. Okay, for the op-amp, they have taken feedback in between the V1 terminal to terminal 3. Okay, using R2 resistance. Okay, so using R2 resistance, they have taken feedback for the op-amp here. Okay, feedback means what here? We are going to join output to input. Okay, a part of the output. Okay, it is given to input of the op-amp. Okay, only have to take part of the output, means sample of the output. Okay, we are not taking complete output here. Remember this one. We are not taking complete output here. Only we are going to take part of the output. This part of the output, it is connected to input of the op-amp by using the R2 resistance. This R2, it acts as a input resistance plus output resistance. Remember this one. So the R2 means what here? It's a input resistance plus output resistance because it's connected to both sides. Okay, it is connected to both sides, means input side and output side. Understood? Then V0 we can measure from the terminal number 3. Okay, so V0 means what here? Output voltage, means we can measure the voltage across the terminal 3. Understood? So next come for the input side here. So for the input side, what is the source voltage here? AC voltage. Okay, we are applying the AC source for the V1 terminal by using the R1 resistance. Okay, so R1 means what here? It's an input resistance. Okay, it limits the voltage and current from the input source. Understood? So current is dividing across the V1 terminal. Some of the current goes to op-amp and some of the current goes to R2 resistance. Okay, current across the R2 is what here? I1. Understood? Current across the R1 resistance is what here? I1. Okay, there is the same current is flowing from R1 resistance to R2 resistance. But okay, input of the op-amp current is what here? 0, because we taken higher input impedance for the amplifier. Okay, for the op-amp, they have taken higher input impedance. Okay, if you take a higher input impedance, means current is almost 0. Understood? Next, come for the V2 here. So V2 is connected where? V2 is connected where here? Ground. So when V2 is ground here, voltage is 0 and current is 0. Okay, voltage is 0, current is 0, but resistance is very high. Okay, resistance is very high. That's why I called as a virtual ground. Okay, V1 it acts as a virtual ground when VT is connected to ground. Remember this one. So V1 it acts as a virtual ground when VT is connected to ground. Remember this point here. Okay, when VT is 0 here, the V1 becomes a 0. Okay, V1 becomes a 0 when VT is ground or when VT is 0. But current across the input is what here? Op-amp, that is also 0 because we taken higher input impedance for the op-amp. Understood? So V2 is now non-inverting. Okay, non-inverting terminal. So input is connected to ground. So next we'll start with the derivation now. First you have to write the circuit diagram. Okay, based on the circuit diagram, you have to write the equation step by step. First you find out the output voltage. Okay, we want to find out the V0. Okay, for the closed loop op-amp. Okay, for the closed loop op-amp, you have to find out the V0. So take V0 equation now. V0 is equal to A into V2 minus V1. Okay, why V2 is positive here? Because there is a positive sign. Why V1 is negative? Because there is a negative sign. Okay, you have taken difference in sign for the op-amp. That's why written plus V2 minus V1. Multiply by the what here? Op-amp gain. Okay, open loop gain. This is only op-amp gain, not closed loop gain. Okay, so you take only op-amp gain. What is op-amp gain here? A. Okay, A stand for what here? Amplifier gain. Op-amp amplifier gain. Understood? Write on this point here. A stand for what here? Op-amp gain or amplifier gain. Here, the gain of the amplifier always you have to maintain high. Okay, always you have to maintain very high gain here. Okay, so gain should be very high always. If you design any amplifier, if you design any op-amp here, the gain should be very high. Okay, in this condition we can amplify the any kind of small signal. Okay, so always you have to maintain higher gain. Okay, what is the level of the higher gain here? Up to infinity. Okay, up to infinity we can maintain the high gain. Understood? Infinity means what here? We can't measure the high gain. That is unlimited. Okay, we are making a gain in terms of unlimited value. Understood? That's why I made infinity. Infinity means unlimited. So here V0 equals to now A into V2 minus V1. Okay, this is for what here? Ideal op-amp. Okay, you take only ideal op-amp here. Okay, after that you go for the practical op-amp here. Practical means you have to give some values. Okay, you have to give some values, resistance value, voltage value, current value. That is practical. Suppose if you neglected value means that indicates what here? Ideal op-amp. Understood? Ideal means what here? All values are in 0. Okay, all values are in 0. Okay, that is the meaning of ideal op-amp. Practical means you have to give some value. Okay, voltage means you have to take 5 voltage. Okay, resistance means 1 kilo ohm. Okay, R2 means you have to take 10 kilo ohm. Like that you have to consider. That is practical op-amp. Okay, that is the difference between the ideal and practical op-amp. Understood? Ideal means you have to neglect the values. Means all values are in 0. Next, so you take A, you take it left side here. So you'll get V0 by A. Okay, suppose if you take an A left side here, you'll get V0 by A. That should be equal to what here? V2 minus V1. That should be equal to 0. Okay, that should be equal to 0 means we are going to make equate to 0. So in this condition, V1 is equal to V2. Okay, V1 is equal to V2 because V2 is ground, right? When V2 is ground here, V1 is also ground. That is virtual ground. Okay, V1 is virtual ground, V2 is direct ground. So V2 minus V1 means that should be equal to 0. So V1 is equal to V2. So when V1 is equal to V2 here, so V1 is virtual ground, V2 is ground voltage. That should be equal to 0 here. So the amplifier gain is infinite. Okay, the amplifier gain is infinite and V1 is equal to V2. Then you can take V1 is equal to V2 same. So V1 nothing but a virtual ground, V2 nothing but a physical ground. Okay, V1 is what here? Virtual ground, V2 is physical ground. Understood? So in this condition, we can take one more equation here. The virtual ground for the V1 terminal Okay, virtual ground for the V1 terminal, we can write this equation here. Okay, we can write this equation. Okay, how you can write this equation here? You take according to Ohm's law. Okay, you take according to Ohm's law. So what is V equation? I into R. Okay, V is equal to what here? I into R. Okay, so you take now V1 terminal. What is V1 terminal? This one. Okay, so V2 neglect here because it is connected to ground here. So neglect the V2 part. Okay, V2's value is how much here? 0. Remember this one. V2 nothing but it's a 0 voltage. So come for the V1 here. Okay, so V1 is connected to where here? R2. Okay, current across the R2 resistance is I1. Okay, current across the R2 resistance is I1. Then you take V0. V0 is output voltage. You write the according to Ohm's law. V is equal to I into R. So we take now V0 is equal to, okay, I1 into R2 minus I1 into R2. Same thing that given here. So V1 is equal to now minus I1 into R2. R2 is what here? Feedback resistance. I1 is what here? Current across the R2 resistance. Okay, current across the R2 resistance. That is I1. Minus means what here? That is V1 terminal. We are writing the equation for the V1 terminal. What is the V1 sign here? Negative sign. Because this one is the inverting amplifier, right? Is it? So inverting amplifier means the first terminal, that is V1 terminal, is negative sign. So that's why I have to write negative. Okay, I have to write the negative I1 into R according to Ohm's law. Again, we can write one more equation for the I1. Okay, we can write the I1 equation for the according to Ohm's law. You can write I1 equation here. So I1 means what here? Come for this circuit here. So what is I1 here? According to Ohm's law, VI divided by R1. Okay. So current across the R1 resistance. Okay. Current across the R1 resistance according to Ohm's law, I1 is equal to VI means what here? Source. Source voltage. What is source voltage here? AC voltage. Okay. This AC voltage divided by the input resistance. That is limiting resistance here. Okay. You can write the according to Ohm's law equation I is equal to VI divided by R1. Okay. Same thing have to include here. So I1 is equal to what now? VI by R1. Okay. So I1 is equal to VI by R1. Substitute here. What will get here? Minus VI divided by R1 into R2. Okay. So what is V0 equation now? Minus VI divided by R1 into R2. Then we can write the closed loop gain equation G. Okay. Closed loop gain equation is what here? G. G stands for the closed loop gain. Okay. A stands for what here? A stand for what here? Open loop gain. Okay, so A stand for the open loop gain, G stand for the closed loop gain. Understood? So here they have taken closed loop gain by using the R2 resistance and R1 resistance. So you can gain and then you have to write equation output by input. So you write now output voltage by input voltage. Okay, you take this equation here, VI, you take it left side here. Okay, so what you get here? V0 by VI, that should be equal to minus R2 divided by R1. Okay, G is equal to what now? Minus R2 divided by R1. This is the gain equation for the op amp. That is for what here? Inverting amplifier. Inverting amplifier gain is how much here? Minus R2 divided by R1. Remember this one. Write on this point here. Okay, G is what here now? For the inverting amplifier, minus R2 by R1. For next derivations, you have to write directly. Okay, inverting amplifier means gain nothing but what here? Minus R2 by R1. Means gain is directly proportional to R2 resistance, feedback resistance, and inversely proportional to input resistance, R1. Okay, so gain is directly proportional to feedback resistance and inversely proportional to input resistance, R1. What is negative here? Because this one is the inverting amplifier. Okay, what you are deriving the equation for what here? Inverting amplifier. That's why I write negative. Okay, so negative means it's an inverting amplifier, means it gives the 180-degree phase shift out for the output side. Okay, we'll get a 180-degree phase shift for the output side. Understood? So here they have taken ratio. Okay, ratio in between the R2 by R1. Next, the closed loop gain depends on the passive elements. The gain of the op amp, it depends on the passive elements. Okay, suppose if you take an R2 as a 1 kilo ohm, then R1 as a 1 kilo ohm. Okay, what is the gain now? That is V0 by Vi. That should be equal to what here? Minus R2 by R1. Okay, so what is the gain now? Minus 1. Understood? Next, L divided by magnitude of G1. Okay, L divided by magnitude of G1 here. So L means what here? It's a constant voltage here. Okay, so for that you can write 10 by 1. Understood? 10 by 1. So what will get now? 10 voltage. Okay, so this is a 10 voltage here. So we have to take it left side here, G you take it right side here. Understood? So what is G value here? 1. Okay, what is V0 here? 10. So V0 is 10, gain is 1 here. So from that you get 10 voltage. Understood? Same thing you can find out here. When R2 is 10 kilo ohm, R1 is 1 kilo ohm here. Find out the gain here, you'll get minus 10 here. Then after a simplification, we'll get 10 by 10, we'll get 1 voltage. Same thing, you can do it for the R2 and R1. Okay, what is R2 here? 100 kilo, R1 is 1 kilo. What is gain here? Minus 100. Then simplify for the V0 here. So what will get here? 0.1 voltage. Okay, so these are the gain terms. Okay, these are the input voltage terms. Understood? So these are the small examples here. So next to take small analysis for the input and output waveform here for the inverting amplifier. See here when Vi is 1 voltage, okay, positive and negative, okay, V0 becomes a 10 voltage. Okay, output voltage is 10 voltage. Okay, in this condition you will get inverted output. See here, first it will come negative, after that it will come positive. Okay, this was the inverted output. Okay, means we are going to convert lower voltage to higher voltage in terms of 180-degree phase shift. Okay, we are making a 180-degree phase shift. Okay, so for that you can use resistance. R2 is 10 kilo ohm, R1 is 1 kilo. From that you can make 180-degree phase shift. Okay, means you can convert 1 voltage to 10 voltage from the inverting amplifier. Understood? So this is about the closed loop gain. They will ask for 6 marks here. So next you take analysis of inverting amplifier here. You take analysis of the inverting amplifier. Analysis means what here? You want to analyze the parameters, input parameters, output parameters. Understood? Parameter in terms of current, voltage, resistance, capacitance. These are the parameters. So you want to analyze the current, voltage, resistance here. So now you take this diagram here. Same op amp. The negative is connected to Vi. The source voltage is AC. The positive is connected to ground. Okay. Then the connected feedback terminal number 3 to 1 by using the feedback resistance. Then they have written V0 equation, voltage source equation, that is A into V2 minus V1. A into V2 minus V1. Understood? So here you can write the equation V2 minus V1 and then it's a input. A means what here? Amplifier gain. Okay. So always for the ideal op amp, okay, you have to maintain larger gain. Okay, larger gain. Okay, up to infinity level. Okay, A stand for what here? Open loop gain. A stand for the open loop gain. G stand for what here? Closed loop gain. Okay, you have to maintain gain in infinity value. Okay, for the closed loop gain, what is the equation here? V0 by Vi for the inverting amplifier. Okay, V naught by Vi. Next, to take analysis for the op amp here. Okay, so current across the R1 resistance. Okay, input resistance. What is the equation here? Vi by R1. Okay, Vi by R1. After that, current across the R2 resistance is what here? Vi by R2. Okay, Vi by R2. Okay, they have written R1, right? You can take now R2 also. But here current is same current is flowing here from the R1 to R2. Okay, R1 to R2. Understood? So you can write the equation now. I1 is equal to I2. So for that you can write equation for the R2 is Vi divided by R1. Understood? When I1 is equal to I2 here, we can write same equation, that is Vi divided by R1. Okay, no need to write the R2 here. So current across the R2 is what now? Vi divided by R. Same current is flowing here because current is dividing across the terminal number 1. Okay, some of the current goes to op amp, some of the current goes to R2. Okay, so same current is flowing from R1 resistance to R2 resistance. That's why I can write Vi divided by R when I2 is equal to I1. Okay, when I2 is equal to I1. Then current is 0 across the terminal number 1 and 2. Okay, current is 0 and voltage is also 0. So V1 is what here? Virtual ground because VT is current to ground. When VT is ground here, V1 also ground, that is virtual ground. VT is what here? Physical ground. Then we can write the V0 equation. So V0 you can write equation here, V1 minus drop across the R2. Okay, V1 minus drop across the R2. So what is V1 voltage here? 0. Virtual ground voltage is 0 here, minus. Okay, minus. Then voltage drop across the R2. Okay, voltage drop across the R2 means what here? Minus I1 into R2. Minus I1 into R2. What is I1 here? Vi by R1. Okay, Vi by R1. Next, you can write simplified equation for the V0 now. V0 is equal to minus R2 divided by R1 into Vi. Okay. Here you can write the final equations for the V0 for the inverting amplifier, that is minus R2 divided by R1 into Vi. Understood? So after that you take some observation for the closed loop gain here. So G is equal to V0 by Vi minus R2 by R1. So G is it depends on the passive elements like resistance R1 and R2. Okay, G is directly proportional to what here? Feedback resistance and inversely proportional to R1 resistance. Understood? The negative sign in the gain indicates what here? 180-degree phase shift. Okay, suppose if you use the inverting amplifier here, okay, output becomes a 180-degree phase shift. Then G is independent of the op amp gain. Remember this one. This is very important point here. G is what here? Closed loop gain. Okay, is independent of the open loop gain. Okay, when G is less than the A, okay, that gives the negative feedback. Okay, when capital G, the closed loop gain is very less than the open loop gain, means it acts as a negative feedback. Okay, so closed loop gain is always stable and predictable. Okay, so compared to open loop gain, okay, closed loop gain is very stable here. Okay, the closed loop gain is very stable. That is the one good point in the gain equation. Okay, what is the equation here? Minus R2 by R1, right? For the inverting amplifier. Okay, so compared to open loop gain, closed loop gain is very stable here. So that gives the negative feedback. Means R2 it acts as a now negative feedback. I think people have studied in feedback amplifier, right? There are two types of feedback here: positive feedback and negative feedback. The positive feedback for the oscillator, right? And negative feedback for what here? Amplifier. So here R2 it acts as a negative feedback for the op amp. So next you take effect of finite open loop gain. So this is also 6 marks here. Okay, In earlier, what you taken here? Closed loop gain, right? For the inverting amplifier. Next, you take second heading here. Effect of finite open loop gain for inverting amplifier. Effect of finite open loop gain. First point, first title is what here? Closed loop gain. Second one is what here? Open loop gain. Okay, this is second one. Effect of finite open loop gain. Here you take open loop gain. You write again inverting amplifier diagram. Okay. Here you take IT is equal to I1. Okay. IT is equal to I1. You take G equation. Okay. You take G equation here minus R2 by R1. We know that already. Okay. Then now open loop gain is almost infinity. Okay. The gain of the op amp is open loop gain is how much here? Infinity means unlimited. We can measure the gain in terms of unlimited. But when you come for this second condition, that is finite open loop gain. Okay, we have to make the inverting configuration with finite loop gain. Okay, finite open loop gain. You take V0 equation. Okay, that is A into V2 minus V1. Okay, V2 is 0, V1 its acts as a virtual ground. So for that you can write now A is equal to 0 minus V1. Okay, so VT is 0. Okay, VT is current ground, right? So substitute VT is equal to 0. Then V1 you take it outside. So what will get here? Minus V0 by A. Okay, minus V0 by A. That is voltage at inverting input. Okay, V1 stand for what here? Inverting input. Okay, so V1 is what here? Inverting input. That is how much here? Minus V0 by A. So write equation now for the terminal 1. So V1 is equal to minus V0 by A. Then current across the I1 through the R1 resistance is given by, okay, so VR minus V1 divided by R1. Okay, you take this circuit diagram. Okay, input side there is R1 resistance, right? So this R1 is current to where here? VI and V1. Okay, so R1 is current to where? VI and V1. Okay, so for that you can write now VR minus V1 divided by R1. So current across the R1 is what here? Difference in voltage, that is VI minus V1 divided by the R1. You can write according to Ohm's law. I is equal to what here? V by R. So you have to take difference in voltage because R1 is connected to both sides, right? R1 is connected to both sides. That's why I take difference in voltage, VI minus V1. Then divided by input resistance R1. This is the according to Ohm's law equation. Okay, we're writing the according to Ohm's law equation for the R1 resistance. So R1 is connected to VI and V1. You take difference VI minus V1 divided by the R1. Okay, that gives the current to the R1 resistance. What is V1 here? What you got? Minus V0 by A. Okay, what is V1 here? Minus V0 by A. Right now, I1 is equal to now VI plus V0 by A divided by R1. Okay, so you can write equation VI plus V0 by A divided by R1. So Ri is what here? Infinity. Okay, if you design any op amp here or any amplifier, you have to maintain higher input resistance, right? Okay, you want to maintain higher input impedance, higher input resistance. That's why Ri is infinity. Okay, Ri is infinity. Andre Ri is very high. Okay, R input resistance is very high. That is up to infinity value. So input impedance is very high. Input resistance is very high in the op amp. That's why I can write Ri is equal to infinity. Since Ri is infinity, current to the R2 resistance. Okay, current to the R2 resistance I1 is equal to I2. Okay, due to higher input resistance. Okay, current across the R2 is how much here? I2 is equal to I1. I2 is equal to I1. Understood? So you can write the V0 equation again. So V0 equals to V1 minus voltage drop across the R2. What is V1 here? Write as it is. Okay. So V1 minus I2 into R2, or you can take I1 into R2. Okay. So right now I1 into R2, V1 you write as it is here. Okay. So what is V1 here? Minus V naught by A. Okay, you can go through the circuit diagram here. I have written already minus V naught by A. What is I1 here? How much you got I1? See here. This is the I1 equation. Vi plus V naught by A divided by R1. This is the I1 equation. Same thing you substitute here. Okay, same thing substitute in output voltage equation here. I1 is equal to what here? Vi plus V naught by A divided by R1. Understood? Huh? Then V naught is equal to what here? Minus V naught by A minus Vi plus V naught by A divided by R1 into R2. After substituting, you have to write this equation. Then simplify. Okay, simplify in mathematical form. Okay, then you write the equation in the form of V naught by Vi. Okay, after simplification, you write the equation in the form of V naught by Vi. That is how much here? Minus R2 by R1 divided by 1 plus R2 by R1 divided by A. Okay, you can write the G equation V naught by Vi is equal to minus R2 by R1 divided by 1 plus, so 1 plus R2 by R1 divided by A. Okay, this is for non-ideal gain. Okay, non-ideal gain ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? It's a open loop gain. Okay, open loop gain that is in finite mode. Understood? That's why they written non-ideal gain. So what you got? The equation for the finite open loop gain. Okay, minus R2 by R1 divided by 1 plus R2 by R1 divided by A. A is what here? Amplifier op-amp gain here, that is high. Okay, what is G here? Minus R2 by R1. Okay, that is ideal value. Okay, then A is very high up to infinity. The V1 it becomes a now minus V naught by A. Okay, we know the V1 equation, right? Minus V naught by A. A nothing but what here? Infinity. Okay, A nothing but infinity. Then to minimize the dependency of the G on A here, we should make 1 plus R2 by R1 should be less than the A. Okay, here G depends on the A. Under a closed loop gain, it depends on the open loop gain. That's why they made G. Okay, G stand for what here? Closed loop gain. Okay, actually this derivation we made for the finite open loop gain, but in G in finite loop open gain, what you got here? This equation. So G depends on what here? Finite open loop gain. Okay, G depends on the finite open loop gain here. So that you have to minimize. Okay, dependency you have to minimize here. For minimizing dependency, you can take this condition. So 1 plus R2 by R1, that should be less than the open loop gain. That is equation number 1. Next, there is one more method for in order to reduce the dependency here. That is 1 plus R2 by R1 divided by A, that should be less than the 1. Okay, this was the alternate method in order to reduce the dependency. So what is that one here? 1 plus R2 by R1 divided by A. Okay, therefore we can take closed loop gain that should be equal to minus R2 by R1. Okay, for the open loop gain, always you can take generally 10 raised to 5. Okay, open loop gain is 10 raised to 5. Closed loop gain almost we can take minus R2 by R1. Okay, so closed loop gain, it depends on the passive elements. Open loop it depends on the 10 raised to 5 value. Okay, so open loop gain it depends on the 10 raised to 5 value. Okay, closed loop gain almost it depends on the passive elements. Okay, so gain is directly proportional to feedback resistance and inversely proportional to input resistance. Understood? So this is the derivation for the finite open loop gain. This is 6 marks here. Okay, this one is 6 marks. Okay, this one is a repeated question for the V2 exam. Understood? Write on this figure. So I have written this figure here. So I will stop the class now. Is there doubts? You can send me the WhatsApp message. Yes, you can leave the meeting now.